We're on. Look at everybody in here getting their points for Connect Madness. I love it. All right, so yesterday we announced some new roles that are being added to my desk and the things that I'm going to be able to work with you on. And we've gotten some feedback, and I hear some fears, and I hear some hesitations. I'm not scary. I'm not going to bite that hard, but can you tell I've had coffee this morning? It's a lot of fun. So one of the fears is that we're going to be trying to change you. We are not trying to change you at all. We are trying to help you and get you in front of your audience in the best way possible. If you want to be known as the gym guy or the gym girl who's always in sweatpants and that's your audience, keep in mind that that's what your audience is always going to see. You're going to be known as the gym girl or gym guy. If you want to look like a professional in your world, in your style, that's what I'm going to be able to do. So I'm not going to tell you, hey, you got to wear a suit and tie every single day. Hey, you got to dress exactly like me. It's not going to happen. We're going to work together to learn who you are in your style so that we can bring that out and make that you, so that you attract the clients that you want to attract. If you want to work in luxury, we can work that direction too. If you want to work in, what's another one? If you want to work in, first-time home buyers. If you want to work with, what's another target audience? Help me out. Investors. If you want to work with investors, they're probably going to be expecting you to dress professionally, right? You're not going to roll up in holey jeans and, a sweatshirt. You're not going to be doing that, right? So according to your audience that you're trying to reach, you've got to dress the part, right? But it's going to be your style too. So because my style is not for everybody, okay? And that's completely okay. So that's what we're going to be doing. Adding this to my desk is not to try to change who you are. You're not going to be dressed exactly the same. This is to help you get to the audience that you want to reach, whether you're shopping for frozen peas in the grocery aisle or you're running some errands, or you're going to that meeting. You are going to be attracting the people that you want to attract. So any questions on that? No? Yeah.
Can you kind of give us like an example of like what that looks like?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so so we'll have like a look like for like when we're at the office and meeting clients, and then also when we're not like actively like working, too, like.
We can go that direction.
Okay.
Yeah. So who you are for your working hours and who you are for your not working hours. Do keep in mind that your non-working hours, a lot of times that's when you meet your next client, right? Mm-hmm. So you want to be prepared for that at all times. You always want to have business cards on you. You always want to have the things like on your person that you can get something in their hands or in their phone, so that you're ready to go. Doesn't matter what time of day it is or where you're at. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay,
It's the Jasmine Show.
When they said it, in my head I was thinking, okay, great, like we get to go to the mall together and pick out some clothes. But like, I don't think that's what we're doing.
Right, and not everybody's going to have the budget for that too. So, not everybody's going to have $10,000, in their back pocket to be able to spend on a whole new wardrobe, and that's completely okay. We're going to work through the things to build upon what you've already got. Whether it's, hey, instead of wearing this, this sweater, exchange it out for this one instead. And then that, because there's so many different body shapes, there's so many different personalities, and it's going to be a big mixture. Yeah, like this one over here. It's going to be a big mixture of of personalities, and that's okay. So, like I was saying, not everybody's going to have $10,000 to be able to spend on a whole new wardrobe. We're not doing that. If you've got $10,000, great, you know. But if you don't, if you've got $10, we can completely change. We can change one thing with like $10 or $15.
So you will go shopping like with us.
I'm not going shopping, but if you're
Not an image consult.
yeah, if you're going shopping, if you want to take a couple of pictures of some things, send it over to me, and I'll be like, yes, no, you know, or maybe. So I can help you out with that too.
And she knows how to shop on a budget.
I do. I have never paid full price for anything clothing wise.
Yeah.
Ever. I paid $16 for this shirt. I found this belt on the clearance rack, and it came in a pack of like three different belts, and I paid like $8 or $9 for that. I splurged on my pants, and I spent $20. And I spent like 20 or 25 on my boots. But the way that I'm dressed, I can walk into almost any room, and I'm going to look like a professional. So what the room that you want to walk into, the audience that you want to attract, we're going to be able to custom tailor that according to what you want to do.
Okay. Now,
Does all of that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
And what's funny is how people pay attention to you. So like during football season, I played at Roswell. So I would go home, change my clothes, put on athleisure, go to football. Basketball, we're inside because I'm not trying to sweat out like dresses. And everybody knows I wear dresses. That's like my thing. And basketball, I didn't do that. I would go home, scoop him, and go to basketball in my outfits. And the same parents that I played football with, when I played basketball, they're like, oh, you dress every day. I do, but y'all don't know that because
Right.
y'all see me as athleisure football mom.
Right.
Which I'm not saying it's cost me business, but you don't know what things, you don't know the cost of the business you don't get.
Right.
Things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There was a point that I was gonna make, and then I completely forgot it. But that's okay. It'll come to mind. I was going to be talking about all things presentation. So not only the way that you dress, but also like I was trained by Disney. I worked in entertainment at Disney, probably one of the top customer service training courses that you could ever take, right? And I'm able to take that training and help you guys with it. So you get some Disney training as well. So the way that we're trained at Disney, you can work with a variety of cultures across the entire world in any given second. So I'm going to be helping you out with that as well. So certain hand gestures that you make, it can be, you could go like this and it looks great, to some audiences and it catches their attention. But if you do that in another culture, they're completely offended. They're like, why are you doing that? You're too loud. You're too big. Like, stop doing that. So the training that I got at Disney, it's very medium, it's a standard so that it works across all cultures. And I'm going to be able to help you out with that too.
That's pretty cool.
So all things presentation. So the way that you look at all times, whether it comes to your clothing or whenever you're speaking to people too, and using hand gestures. Because some 60% of communication is nonverbal.
Yeah.
I would say even more.
When you say it, the way you look, the way, like even if you look, like when you're talking to someone, if you look away, it means like you're not being honest.
Right.
You gotta look straight down. There's a bunch of stuff that.
Or if there's too much eye contact. Too much eye contact could mean that could be a make it or break it deal. So with me, what I've had to learn myself is not to give too much eye contact, because whenever I'm speaking to somebody, like I look at somebody like I'm trying to memorize their eye color because it's that person is that important to me. But for some people, they're like, whoa, Selena, like it's a bit too much. And so I had to learn that as well, not to appear more aggressive, especially whenever it comes to eye contact. So those are some of the things that we're going to be working on. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to work.